Hey, the Gadget Man here with Nothing But Gadgets, and today I'm going to be showing you this Holy Stone HS270 GPS drone. So 3, 2, 1, let's get at it. Alright guys, so I'm really excited about this drone here. This is my first real drone to test out. I've had a few other drones back a year or so ago that I did some videos on, and since then there's been new laws that have come out regarding drones and also YouTube videos. So on YouTube, if I post a video review of a drone, it's considered commercial footage. And in order now to fly a drone and take commercial footage with a drone in the United States, you have to actually have a commercial pilot's license for flying a remotely manned vehicle, and that's called the Part 107 license. All right, I don't have that, so I will be flying this drone and I'll be showing it, but the footage that I'm going to be showing you today, in order to stay in line with the law, is going to be handheld. Okay, that's the way it has to be until I can get my Part 107 license, which I do not have yet. Okay, guys? So just that's the way it has to be. That's what laws do. They make life harder. All right. So, okay, but let's go ahead and break this baby out of the box and look at it. Now, this is the Holy Stone HS270 and comes in this nice box, all foam padded here. All right, let's get this drone out here. Wow. Whew. It's heavier than I expected. I expected it. All the drones I've had were really super lightweight. This has got some weight to it. I've never had a drone like this before, so let me take my time here. Just move those arms out like that. Guess there's a sequence to do this in. The blades are a lot thicker than the drones I've had before. Like I said, all I've ever flown were toys up until now. And let's see, yeah, got to do this first. It's got to open that way, and then this way here. All right, let me move the box over here. Get this out here. Get this off this. It's got a nice piece of this on top. Pull that off. Okay. Really interesting. This is really nice feeling drone. Feels pretty solid. It's got some weight to it, but it doesn't feel too heavy. And the blades feel like they've got some thickness to them. Okay. Let's see what else came in the box here. We got the remote control. What is this? This is propellers. Here's an extra battery. What is this here? This is the manual. And that's pretty much it. So let me open this up here. Got some screwdrivers, some screws, a data cable, and a set of extra blades. Okay, good. I'm going to have to do a lot of learning, but I'm going to get this out and I'm going to fly it around. So the reason I got this drone is to learn how to fly a drone and get really good at it, because I do plan to get my commercial license so that I can actually fly these and do the videos like that. But I needed a drone to practice with. So this is my practice drone, and it's the first of many drones that I'll be doing on the Nothing But Gadgets channel. And hopefully with it and some study, I will get my Part 107 license, and then I'll come back and I'll do footage with this. So let me get out there and practice with this. All right, guys, I'm back, and let me just save some time right here and cut to the chase. This thing is not worth the money. I believe that it is way overhyped to the level of actually being a scam. And I don't want to say that word scam too much, because I do believe this is an actual official Holy Stone drone, but I think the marketing that they put into promoting this is to the level of what scammers would do, and I'll tell you why. Before I get into how this thing worked, let me tell you about why I bought it. Okay, so I bought this because I went searching on Google for what I would consider, or what looked to be like, professional reviews from, drone enthusiasts, people that actually review drones and have something that they can compare. People like me, but that have a lot more experience in drones. And so I don't really have a lot of experience. I've had some $30 and $40 and $50 little toy drones, but I've never had anything in the $300 range like this. I think I paid $279 for this thing on Amazon.com, okay? And so, I was thinking, because like the DJI Mini is like $350 or $400. So I thought, well, I'm not paying as much as one of those, but I should get something that's good. And so I read a lot of reviews, okay? And many different websites called this the Holy Grail of entry-level drones for serious enthusiasts, okay? Even or what they would call professional, entry-level professional drone. And so I figured for close to $300 that I would get something that I could train with before I dropped $1,000 on a much higher quality drone that I really want to eventually get, but I wanted to train with something. And I wanted something with basic functions like follow me, GPS, return home, auto return home, things like that. I really wasn't interested so much in the footage because I'm not planning on using it, but I thought this has the 2.7K footage capacity. I thought, well, that would be good enough if I want to use it as a B-roll or something like that. All right. But here's the thing, guys. This thing just flat out doesn't work. Does it fly? Yes, it flies. And the control and flight, I mean, if you just want to fly a toy that flies around and does nothing else, this will do it. But you can do the same thing for $50. I mean, watch some of my other drone reviews. I mean, those are a lot of fun little toys. But as far as every other function on this thing, it either doesn't work or it works so badly that it's just not it's a frustration to deal with. Nothing else works right on this drone. At least not to a level that you could trust it to do anything, okay? All right, so as I said before, I don't have the commercial license, the Part 107 FAA required license to be able to show you footage of the drone in flight or from the drone in flight. So I'm just going to tell you what happened in testing. In flight, as far as playing around with it and just driving it and flying it like a drone, it was fine. It did fine. You could just fly it around. If that's what you want to do, is just fly a thing around. Okay? As far as hovering in the air, just sitting there, like if you wanted to film something still, it would not hover. I calibrated this thing till I got sick of calibrating it. And no matter how many times I calibrated it, it would sit there in the air, and when you just let everything go and let it hover, it would literally start wobbling like this, and then it would start making these circles like and those would get bigger and bigger and bigger. It would become unstable, and then you would have to fly it again, and then it would like hover, and then it start and I tried everything under the sun to get this thing to fly stable. And I'm not talking in like high winds. It was just, there might have been a little occasional puff of a breeze, but like even in completely dead still calm, it would not hover. And so if you shot footage with it, you were just, it was just all over the place. So as far as its GPS, one of the big problems is this thing's supposed to have, according to the ad, extreme stability, which is actually on the Amazon.com ad. All right. It is not stable at all. Not in the slightest stable. Okay. And part of the reason is the GPS just will not stay connected. Okay. So I'm out here in the middle of nowhere in just wide open fields with blue skies, and it cannot stay connected to the GPS. The GPS is constantly losing connection. And as far as its gyroscope, which tells it which is balanced, it just doesn't know what it's doing. So that's not working. Okay. All right. So the extreme stability, that's out. Now it's supposed to have follow me, which means that you've got the controller in your hand and you tell it to follow you. You should be able to walk around, and this thing's going to follow you and film you no matter where you go. You could get in a car and drive, and it should follow you, okay? All right. First of all, that doesn't work at all. When I went into follow me mode, if I was standing, let's say right here where my mouse is, okay, and it was, say 30 feet out, it wouldn't point right at me. I tried 1,000 times to get it to point right at me. It would sit cockeyed to me, and I would be like in the corner of the screen. And then if I moved ever so slightly, it would just like, meh, and it would lose me. It did not follow at all. So the follow me did not work at all. It's supposed to have point of interest, which means that you're supposed to be able to tell it to focus it on something, tell it what to look, and it's supposed to fly in a circle around it, you know, just make, and do like a 360-degree view of that issue. That absolutely doesn't work at all. I mean, it doesn't even try to work. It doesn't function at all. I read through the manual 100 times, and I did everything according to the manual over and over again. The point of interest does not work. The GPS doesn't work. Now, it's supposed to have like super clear Wi-Fi and transmission. Literally outside of 30 feet, this thing loses connection with the phone. Totally unobstructed view and nothing in between, and it is about 30-foot range is all that it's got. All right. Let me see. So we've covered the follow me. We've covered stability, GPS, Wi-Fi, return home. That is the one thing that works some of the time. Now, I never actually took this thing more than, say, 20, 30 yards away from me, because it actually loses connection and then tries to fly off on its own. And one time I just flew it about 30 yards away, and I lost complete control of it and flew right into a tree. So I flew it only within about maybe 20 yards maximum and about maybe 20, 30 feet off the ground. And that's as far as it ever got away, because any further than that, it lost contact and would just fly off on its own and do whatever it wanted to do. But it did have the return home function, and that worked some of the time okay. It would come back within reason to the area where it took off. One time, it literally landed the right on the spot where it had taken off from. But in most cases, it has supposed to have ground detection, and so when it comes down like and it's sitting there doing that. It won't land. It's just like it doesn't know where the ground is at, and then it does this for say about 30 seconds, and then finally, and it lands like that. So the ground detection on it is not very accurate. It has a hard time detecting what the ground is and landing. Okay, so those are most of the features of it. There's some other things. Battery life. Well, if you could just turn this thing on and just fly it, you might get 15 minutes out of it. If there's no wind at all, I mean, at completely perfect conditions, you might get 18 minutes, which is what they say on the website. But when you turn it on, it has to calibrate and it has to get GPS. And because of all those things, it takes several minutes just sitting there on to get calibrated and getting GPS contact and all that things. So the most I ever got out of it is about 10 minutes of flying time. And if I was trying to fly it really hard, laying around, I got about 8 minutes out of it. If I was just, and honestly, I didn't fly it very far. I was just flying around me and doing testing. I predominantly I didn't buy the drone just to fly a drone. If I want to fly a drone just to fly a drone, I'll buy a toy. Because then with no camera on it, so it's just something I can fly. I didn't buy it to do that. I bought it to use the functions, the follow me, the GPS, the return home, the camera, all those things. So last and not least, let's talk about the camera. Okay, I was going to do you footage and comparison with other cameras like a smartphone and try to give you some kind of an example. But the truth is the camera on this thing is about the quality of maybe a $50 cheap toy drone. It's not 2.7K. It's not even smartphone. I mean, this is like this is if you had footage from something like a flip phone, like a VGA flip phone. The footage on this was grainy. It was choppy. It was just not even worth anything. It's just the footage was horrible on this. It's not even worth showing. I've had $20 action cameras that produce better footage than this thing. So it just all around is a very expensive toy for flying, and that nothing seems to work on at any level that you could trust it or use it in any serious application. All right, guys? I hate that, but I really, truly feel that I was scammed on this. And I'll tell you why I use the word scam here. Not that Holy Stone is not a legitimate company, and they may produce good drones, but I will never buy anything from Holy Stone again for several reasons. One, I believe every website that I read a professional review on is fake. I believe that Holy Stone either paid for those reviews to be written about their things, that they were not true, real professional opinions, but that I believe they either paid somebody to make those reviews or that they actually own the websites and made the reviews themselves. I do not believe I read a single website that recommended the Holy Stone HS270 as a great or the best entry level professional drone. I don't think one of those was a legitimate review from an honest professional reviewer. Okay, I think they're all fake, and they were all to pad the Google search results so that when you search for entry level professional drone or commercial drone, you would find those websites and then you would read those reviews. And they're very well done, very professional looking, but I think they're all fake, and I think that Holy Stone paid for them, okay? They're on Amazon.com, there's like thousands of 5-star reviews for this, but if you read the 1-star reviews, if you go to Amazon.com, get rid of all the 5-star reviews and read the 1-star reviews, you're going to find hundreds of people that will tell you exactly what I'm telling you in this video, that nothing works on this. Yes, it flies. It does fly. The camera sucks. The GPS sucks. The Wi-Fi sucks. The stability sucks. Everything sucks except for the fact that the drone does fly. Okay? And if you go, you cannot buy this thing. I don't know how I even got it, because I must have bought the last one on sale on Earth, because there is not a website anywhere that sells one of these things. There's no support. Even the Holy Stone website does not have a page for the HS270. Not where you can buy it. They do have a manual on their website for it, but they do not have a page where you can buy it, where you can buy batteries for it, where you can buy blades for it. There's absolutely zero support for this thing in any way, and you can't buy, I don't care, on Amazon, Walmart, eBay, wherever you want, Alibaba, AliExpress, you cannot find a battery for this thing. So, you've got about 20 minutes of flying time with this thing before you run out of both batteries, and then you're sitting down for 5 hours waiting for them to charge. Okay, so that is just, you can't get anything extra for it. The only good thing about this review is that I bought this cool, hard, waterproof case here to put the drone in, and I bought it, and I just took the insert out of the box, and the insert that came here, and I stuck it right down in here. So I have this really cool waterproof case from Pure Outdoor that I got on Amazon.com. I mean, this is a heck of a case here. So when I do get a really decent drone, at least I'll have a decent case to put it in. But this, unfortunately, is not a decent drone. All right, guys. Well, there's my review of the Holy Stone HS270 drone. Unfortunately, a very sad experience. And I'm just going to say right here, my recommendation is don't buy anything from Holy Stone. Not because they probably don't produce good drones, and I don't know that. I have no experience with them. But I believe that they use underhanded scam-like marketing techniques to actually get this on the market and pad the Google search results with fake professional reviews so that people would have the confidence to buy. It was good enough to fool me, and because that's how good it was. But taking a look back and talking with other people that have had this and reading other reviews, I'm sure that they are not using the best marketing, honest marketing techniques to get this out there. And this thing should be sold for $50, not for $300. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, this is the Gadget Man saying, I'll see you later.